Welcome to this free Make Every Movement Count webinar. We are really excited to share with you the 3 pillars of the movement lifestyle. So I am Christina.
And I am Jennifer. And today we want to share with you the 3 pillars of the movement lifestyle: mindset, nutrition, and movement. But first, we want to explain what the movement lifestyle is. MEMC, which is short for Make Every Movement Count, is all about your personal transformation, making everyday movements count. We believe in finding balance in your life by honoring yourself, learning how to make your movements optimized and efficient, and finding what works best for you and making progress every day to achieve your goals. This program is not just for the physical transformation, but also mindset. It is a lifestyle where you take one more step today than you did yesterday. The number one question that people ask is, what makes this fitness program different from all the others? And I say, because it actually meets you where you are. Now, this program is for all levels of fitness and experiences. Even if you have ailments blocking your path of self-improvement and discovery, or you are a regular fitness competitor, Make Every Movement Count can help you find ways to overcome your adversities and help you see what you can do differently to reach and achieve your goals and take one more step today than you did yesterday. So please know we understand you and we are ready to help you.
Mindset is the first pillar, and it is the key to everything else. So this is a competency scale or diagram. And every time we start something new, whether it is learning something, gaining a new skill, or building a new habit, we go through what I call the journey of growth through the 4 levels of competency. And there are actually 5, but very few people make it to the 5th. And that is information that we share with you in more depth in the program, because that is actually the ultimate goal. But let me illustrate what this looks like with a story, and one that may or may not have happened to you too. So after I had my 4th baby, I was heavier than I had ever been with weight. I was tired, I was out of shape, and honestly, I wasn't feeling great about myself for many reasons. I saw a friend who had over the previous year really gotten in shape. She was lean and toned, and she also had 4 kids. In fact, her life seemed quite similar to mine, and I thought, I'm going to do it. I bought a few cute workout outfits, new shoes, and healthy food, and I vowed that on Monday I was going to start a healthier lifestyle, and I just knew that this would be the time. I'd done this before, but this time I just knew it would be different for me. I posted my inspiration pictures, and I felt excited and motivated, and I knew what I wanted, and I thought I knew how to get it. And I was in the stage of unconscious incompetence, and that's the purple up in the top left. I didn't know what I didn't know. Monday came, and I was perfect. I worked out, I ate healthily, and I felt pretty proud of myself. Tuesday came. I had sore muscles, and I hadn't slept well, because I had babies and young children, but I still got up and exercised and ate right. And I actually did this for a full week. Each day was getting less and less fun than before. I was tired of sore muscles and really tired of broccoli and chicken breast to eat. And worse yet, the scale hadn't budged and my clothes still felt the same. I think you probably know how this story goes. I didn't stay with it. I didn't push through the hard part. I gave up. It just felt too hard. This is the stage of conscious incompetence, and that's the orange in the bottom left. It's when you are aware of the skill, but you're not yet proficient. It's when you know what you don't know. And perhaps you are thinking the same thing. Perhaps you have had a similar experience. This stage of conscious incompetence is where you perhaps see that you aren't getting the results that you want, and you are working so hard. Or maybe you feel like you slipped up in your eating. Maybe your muscles are really sore. Maybe an issue comes up in your family or work that requires extra time and attention. But whatever it is, that inspiration picture feels further away than ever. and feels more like desperation than inspiration. In the phase of conscious incompetence, you know that you don't know a lot of things. What you thought it would take is not exactly what it will take. There's a lot of effort and energy to just do it. You can do it, but it isn't automatic and it is challenging. This is the point. Please pay attention to this. This is the point where you have a choice. Either you can go back to your old ways and habits, the place where you feel more comfortable, and this is where you might blame the program, the gym, your genetics, your injuries, or something else. You might start looking for another thing that is finally going to help you get what you think you want. Or you might decide it's just not for you and you can't. The other choice is you can move through the discomfort, learn what you need to learn, push through the yuck factor, and climb up closer and closer to your goal. If you choose that second option, you will eventually build new habits, new pathways in the brain and body, and they will support you in your new lifestyle. It will get easier and more natural. Your mind and body will adapt and get stronger, and you will start to realize that your body is changing. You feel better. You look healthier. This is when we move up into the conscious competence, the green there in the bottom right. And this is when the real difference can be seen and felt. You'll never stop growing and improving, and you have the mindset and habits built so that you can really thrive in the movement lifestyle. As you move up into unconscious competence, this is when there's not a question if you're going to work out. There's not a question of what you're going to eat that day. It is just automatic. And this is where you continue to grow. This is when you really start to achieve your goals. So you might be asking, why is this even important to know? Well, if you can see the pattern and know what's coming and see it for what it is, you have more information to make a choice, and you are more likely to navigate the journey of growth in a way that gets you closer to your goals instead of giving up on them. If you could tell the future, would you maybe make different choices now? So this scale of competency is powerful in helping you accomplish your goals and moving through the fitness lifestyle more easily.
Yeah, that is amazing, Christina. That is a very crucial piece in this mindset. Another part to the mindset is personal accountability. The first thing to do when it comes to personal accountability is to evaluate yourself. Here's an equation that we came up with that can help as key components of personal success. Regimen plus consistency plus perseverance equals personal accountability. Having a daily regimen helps you have a plan in place in order to move more consistent in your goals so you're able to persevere every day with the healthy habits you are creating. If you bring these components together, then you will have more personal accountability. After having my surgeries, especially the major back surgery that I had, I was told that it would be a long healing process. A lot of you could probably relate to this. I have to say that at the time I wasn't too patient with myself, and I felt like I kept thinking the same way and I wasn't healing or doing any better. I remember that one day that if I didn't get up and change the way I was approaching life mentally and physically, that I wouldn't get any better anytime soon. And I would just stay in the same state of gloom that I was in at that time. I realized that the only person that could get me up and moving was me. And I had to do a lot for myself and for my kids. So I really made that conscious effort to get up and get going. First of all, one of the first things I did was I wrote down my personal goals, short and long-term goals. And I decided that I would work on them every single day, even if it was just taking one more step the next day than I did that previous day. So planning is key. It's so crucial. Here's some questions I would like you to think about. How are you going to plan for success every day? When are you going to make time for your workout? What is your meal plan? At first, the lifestyle might feel different, new, and unfamiliar, but with intention and practice, this mindset and these actions will become a habit, and it will probably take less than you think. You can create a new habit in just 21 days of consistent action. We all have the same number of minutes available in our day. We know that. How are you going to manage your actions, and how will you fill those minutes in your day? Remember that if you don't intentionally create a plan and plan your day, it will be planned for you. It will fill up quickly, and it will fill up with the demands from other people. So just think about that for just a few. Through planning and creating systems for your success, you'll be able to respond to uncertainty in a healthy way. Take a few minutes to define your goal. Make sure it is a just right goal, attainable with work, but not so ambitious it will likely lead to failure. Write down that goal as soon as you can, like just put it down. Now look at a minimum goal. This is a few steps back from your target goal, not easy, but very obtainable. The reason why you set minimum, target, and stretch goals in MEMC is so that you can celebrate your little wins and your big wins moving forward and making every movement count.
So in the world of self-improvement and mindset training, everyone always talks about your why. A line that just gets repeated over and over is how making a big why, what's your big why? And it's supposed to motivate you to your goals, like those inspiration pictures I talked about earlier. That was my big why. I wanted to have that glow of health. I wanted to have that toned body. That was my why. And it wasn't just for me. I actually wanted it for my family. I wanted to have the energy and the vitality to keep up with my 4 young children. But I'm going to tell you a secret that no one talks about. And it is the real reason why you don't reach your goals. And it is because your why nots are too big. So I want you to think of your big why like an island. Okay, so I'm thinking about the picture, my inspiration pictures that I posted. That was my big why. And, you know, that why was really big, taking care of my family, fitting into the clothes that I wanted to. To me, that was a huge why. Being able to run and play with my children outside, huge why. But my why nots were like the water between me and that island being filled with sharks and alligators. It didn't matter how much I wanted to get to that island. I was not going to swim to that island to get my why, no matter how big it was. I would have to create a way through my why nots so I could get to my why. But if I didn't know what my why nots were, then how could I possibly even address them? So I want you to just think about, what are some of your why nots? I'm going to tell you some of the why nots I had in that first story that I told you. So some of my why nots were, the baby was up all night and I'm just too tired and I don't want to be grumpy with my kids. My muscles still hurt from yesterday. In fact, it really hurts to move. If I just skip today, will it really matter? I totally messed up my nutrition yesterday. Maybe I should just give up. Something that a lot of people in my family told me was, maybe my body type is just how I am genetically destined to be. Our habits are one of our biggest why nots. And many of our habits, I would even say most of our habits, we're not even actually aware of. So identifying your why and then finding your why nots is important in any goal. And just think about this for a second. If your why nots weren't in your way, wouldn't you have already achieved your goals? your why probably is big enough. It's your why nots that need to be looked at.
Yeah, Christina, there is so much more to mindset. We have barely scratched the surface. We know this, but mindset is the first pillar of the movement lifestyle, and everything else really depends on this. Now we're going to transition and we're going to talk about the second pillar, which is nutrition. Y'all have probably heard the word macro before. It's been out there for a while. This is short for macronutrients. These are the three categories of nutrients that provide you with the most energy: protein, carbohydrates, and fat. And they are typically counted in grams. Now, are you aware your brain requires a consistent supply of fuel? That fuel comes from the food you eat and affects the structure and function of your brain, mood, and body. What you're eating every single day and the way you are balancing your food choices are one of the most important pieces of success in any health program. So think about that. Think about the health, your nutrition. Here are some suggestions that I put together, and I'd like to share with you that can help you with your nutritional goals. Feel free to write these down. And these are some top priorities to a nutritional lifestyle change. 1, keep a food log for about 2 to 3 weeks and list different kinds of foods that work well for you and note those that do not. Listen to what your body is telling you or has been telling you in the past. This is something you are eating. It could be bloating you up. Are you itching after you eat something specific? Do you get sick to your stomach after you eat certain foods? Do you have heartburn? Are you swelling up? So on and so on. Second thing, list healthy proteins, carbohydrates, and fats you would like to eat. In the program, we do provide a list of healthy options for all nutritional preferences, which comes in really handy. 3, we provide a tracker that helps you to begin logging in your food so you have an idea of where you need to start your nutritional transformation and see how many grams of nutrients your body actually needs to consume daily so you can accomplish your goals. And 4, start taking a look at meal planning and balancing your food choices, just kind of seeing what works for you there. 5, meal prep your food. Take 1 to 2 hours out of 1 to 2 days a week to prep your proteins, carbs, carbohydrates, and fats for your week and your week's meals. Making healthy, nutritious food choices is going to be one of the most important secrets to your success. Balancing proteins, carbohydrates, and fats are vital for your overall health.
Now, I know what you might be saying, and that is food prep, tracking your nutrition. Like, that just feels overwhelming. It feels like it takes all the fun out of food and it'll take all of my time. And as we said, this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. And part of the movement lifestyle is eating consciously, paying attention to what you eat and loving your body in a way that inspires you to fuel it healthily. And I did say fuel. This is not a calorie restricted diet. In fact, many people say that they are eating more calories than they were before. It's the quality of the calories that is getting them the results. Yeah. And, someone like Jen, who is definitely practiced at this. She's practiced it for a long time. She's not tracking her nutrition in a fitness tracker because she's developed the habit to such a high level. And so we want to encourage people to do this. And then eventually, as you stay with it over a long period of time, it just becomes the natural and you can feel it way to eat. So I just want to talk about quality of calories for a minute. So here's a 44-ounce container of soda, and it actually is 370 calories, give or take, and it has 101 grams of sugar. That is a half a cup of sugar. So that 44-ounce soda has half a cup of sugar. That is so much. And did you know that you can have 7 ounces of chicken, a half a cup of brown rice, a cup of green beans, and a cup of mixed kale and spinach, and it has fewer calories. So I want you to just tap into your body a minute. What does your body actually want?
Mhm.
So we just wanted to share a couple of quick tips and tricks that you can use today to increase the quality of your nutrition. So one of them is to rinse your cooked rice, oatmeal, and ground meats, because this washes off extra starch and fat. So this is a little pro tip. There is also a ton of sugar and sodium in most condiments and sauces. So these calories may not seem like a big deal, but just check out this graphic. In a week, you could eat an entire pizza, okay? And it would be a little over or a little less than 1,100 calories. If you have a little bit of ketchup and mayo and barbecue sauce and salad dressing and everything, that's actually over the course of the week, over 1,100 calories. So sometimes we think that just the ketchup that we're dipping something into or whatever, that those calories aren't really worth tracking. But this is where the quality and every tiny little bit actually counts. So when you're tracking your nutrition, I'm just going to go back to the fitness tracker here. I'm just going to give you another pro tip, and that is to enter in your food and nutrition that you're going to be eating the night before or the morning of, and enter in the grams of the macro that you find most challenging. We like to use MyFitnessPal. It's a super easy free app. And so when I'm entering in my food, I really like carbs. I have no problem getting in my grams of carbs. Fat and protein are a bit more challenging without planning. So I enter protein in first and make sure that I achieve all of my grams of protein. Then I add in my fats, and then I add in my carbs. So it's like a puzzle, putting it all in. And by creating the habit of entering in my nutrition the night before, I get to go into the next day planned, sure to fuel my body optimally. And then if something comes up and I can't exactly follow the plan, I have it and I can work around and adjust my plan. So nutrition is the second pillar, and it is so important in our health and fitness goals.
Yeah, nutrition is something that I could talk about all day long, along with exercises and routines. I just love it, and it's so, so vital. But we are going to move on right now to the third pillar of the movement lifestyle, and that is movement. The movement lifestyle is one where you seek out ways to move forward a little more each day. And it's about progression and development, taking one more step today than you did yesterday. And I know you've heard that multiple times already, but hey, that's the land of Jennifer. It is so crucial, especially in the different, things that I've been through personally, those obstacles and those challenges. And it really is something that means a lot, but is really crucial, because those little small steps, those small movements can make a big, big difference. So if you take a look at the overall picture and looking at it and seeing that the small movements can make a big difference, take a look at the primary muscle groups, how much we work them when we go through our exercises. But don't forget about working the secondary, the smaller muscles in a controlled manner. And you know what? Don't be ashamed if you have to go lighter, because no one else is in your body but you. And so it doesn't matter who's around you at the gym or at home or anything like that. It's not about showing off. It's not about showing whatever. Because when you stand in front of the mirror at the end of the day and you're looking at yourself and you know the progression that you're making, that's what matters. Okay. So this is what helped me restart my progression so many times. I knew I couldn't throw the heavy weight up anymore, that weight around, just, heavy, 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 working hard that way. So it was because of all my health issues and the health obstacles that I've been going through and I still go through. So I had to rewire my thought process. And so I began looking at my body and every detail I could work on. I would look at all the muscles and just take a look at my body. Um, and I started back nice and slow with no weight. Then I went and increased it to a lighter weight and I slowly progressed, but made sure I worked on all the muscles in my body, all of them. So I want you to take a look at that.
And Jen, I think that that is just something that is very unique to the MEMC program,
Mhm.
is the exercises that you have programmed into the program work all the muscles, all the parts of the muscle, and it really helps define and sculpt and make a uniform strength and tone to your muscles. And I think you've probably seen a theme here throughout this webinar, and that is it's the little things. It's the little muscles. It's the little bits of nutrition. It's the little changes in mindset. It's all these little things that actually add up to big things. And one of the little things that we do in the movement lifestyle is we look for ways to add extra movement. And it is really important as part of that movement lifestyle. Adding extra movements to my everyday life was an absolute game changer for me. Jennifer's been incorporating for this for many years, and I started relatively recently, and it's just made such a huge difference. And here are just a couple of ways that I have added extra movement to my life. So while I'm brushing my teeth, I'll do little side leg lifts. While I wait for my tea to heat or to steep, I do counter push-ups, different styles of counter push-ups. I've been known to do squats while I'm doing the dishes, or run in place or stretch while I'm watching TV. Even getting up just a couple of times an hour to move, whether it's just jumping jacks or just walking outside for a minute, just out while I'm working. Parking at the back of a parking lot when I go shopping, and then just walking in those extra few steps from the back of the lot. Yeah, adding all these little movements just made such a huge difference, and it helps you work all of your muscles, making them stronger and leaner.
Yes, absolutely. And to add to that, we're going to talk about non-compromised form. And it's important to keep good form and rhythm as you work through each exercise, not only with the weight, but the form too, we're adding to this. So each exercise, and you can complete each exercise as efficiently as you can. That is really important. So I'm going to say that again. It is important to keep good form and rhythm as you work through each exercise, and you complete each exercise as efficiently as you can. Non-compromising form will help you with your muscle development. It will. It is crucial to have good form. So keep a good tempo, count, rhythm nice and smooth, and adjust the weight so your form is never compromised. This is one of the very unique things that we explain about more in our program.
For sure. And so in our program, I think that you can see that there is just a lot of unique things. And that is the most common question that we get asked is, what makes your program different from all the other programs out there? So I want to just share with you a little bit about our program. And so here's what you get when you join the MEMC program. You get lifetime access to your 8 to 12 week program. We have a variety of programs that start where you are, and some of them are 8 weeks and some of them are 12 weeks, and you get lifetime access to that. And we have both home and gym workouts in all of these programs. You get invited to the private Facebook group where we post tips and tricks, inspiration, and answer your questions and support you. And you're surrounded by a supportive group of people who all have the same goal, who are all part of this movement lifestyle. We have weekly coaching calls. They're all recorded so you can listen to the replays. And you get a discounted price on all future programs. So as you develop and move through the programs, you actually get a discount if you choose to up level to the next program as you continue to achieve your goals. And we believe in over delivering. So there are lots of extra surprise bonuses and trainings that we just drop in here and there throughout your 8 or 12 weeks. And right now we have a 10% bonus if you sign up before Friday, the 26th of March. And if you use the discount code SPRING10%, you will get 10% off. If you want more information, you can go to makeeverymovementcount.com. And there's a lot of great information on there. You can also email us at makeeverymovementcount@gmail.com and request a 15-minute call with one of us where we can give you more information and help direct you into what program would be best for you. Again, this is all about your transformation. So to enroll, you go to makeeverymovementcount.com and click on enroll. And then the investment, and I did use that word very carefully, if you are investing in your health, you are going to get a return on that investment. That's why we invest. Your health is an investment. If you consider it to be an expense, that's something that's moving away from you. It's not giving you a return. So your investment to join this program is $497, and then with the discount code of SPRING 10%, it's only $447.30. And again, that gives you access to all of these things forever. So we are so grateful that you have joined us today on this webinar, and we hope that you've gotten some good usable information that you can take right now. And if you would like to talk to Jennifer or me for a 15-minute call, email us again at makeeverymovementcount@gmail.com or visit us at makeeverymovementcount.com.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you. We're here for you, and we're here to help and guide you in the direction that you're wanting to go.
Thank you so much, everyone.